Warning, this video is not targeted to kids and may be inappropriate to younger audiences. Your discretion is advised. Hello, dudes and dudettes. It's your favorite Reacher Gamer Mix 17 here, and I am back once again for another Subnautica Let's Explore series. Now, it may seem terrifying as of this moment, but it is actually not that bad. Trust me, I'm only in the grassy plateau with my prawn suit and my Cyclops just right here. Now, am I going to be taking this to the deep? No, not at all. Not even close. In fact, we're actually not even going to go that deep. We're going to be visiting a very, very, very short biome. Not the shortest biome, but it's a very short biome that I don't think many people really go to very often as far as I've seen, but I highly do enjoy going here. Not in the sense like, oh, I'd like to see the place and all that stuff. No. It's mostly because of just the resources. It has like easy resources to grab when it comes to this stuff, in my opinion. But anywho, of course, I'm talking about the Jellyshroom Caves. Now, the Jellyshroom Caves only have a few entrances on the surface. Mostly, you'll find them within the grassy plateau biome, or it'll be bordering the grassy plateau and the kelp forest, or the safe shallows. Those are the common types of places that you'll probably see them. As for all the locations, it would be kind of a waste of time to try to find them all, because even I don't know all the locations that well. I tend to use a map to try to locate all of the locations, but I know that this one is just right here. Now, the Jellyshroom Caves don't really go that deep. Sure, they still go deep to a certain degree, and this place is typically terrifying for people who just began their journey. Other than that, though, it's not that bad. Jellyshroom Caves, of course, go by their name just because of the fact of the one and the only highly vegetated population. That is, of course, the Jellyshrooms. These purple, pink, somewhere in between spectrum colored mushrooms that are giant as all hell, and of course they illuminate a form of bioluminescence that gives off this really nice color that I could just turn off my light and legit just enjoy, because that's the only cool thing about this thing when it comes to visual effects. Other than that, though, yeah, the sounds are terrifying. I would have to say that this place would probably be the second most terrifying place with sound quality specifically. Hold on, let me see if I could turn it up real quick. If I could do that real quick. Oh man, I swear, this thing's gonna like blow my TV screen. I'm gonna shut up real quick. Yeah, I'm not hearing it for some reason. Okay, well that's a bit of a disappointment. These caves, of course, they're kind of like random when it comes to how they go. They really don't go that deep. They still go deep, but they don't go that deep. There is, of course, a few volcanic areas around here, so do keep in mind that, for one thing, this place could be very useful with its thermal power. If you throw that in, it has quite a handful of resources, so you can just jump down here with a prawn suit and a drill tool, get some gold. I think there's some copper down here. I think lithium as well, but I know for a fact magnesium is heavily found in here, and I believe it's one of the very few places. Sorry, I just burped. It's one of the very few places where you can find magnesium. And it's one of the most easiest places to find magnesium. While being in here as well, you could also come across the parts, bits and pieces of what remains of the gassy base, which is one of the main people, I guess you can call them, one of the story lore people that goes off of the lore of Subnautica. Now, what kind of creatures would you come across? Well, obviously the largest fauna that I've ever seen. I'm kidding about that. Of course, the beautiful Jellyshroom cave, Jellyshrooms. Other than that, though, you also come across these beautiful creatures called the crab snake. These guys typically hide within the Jellyshroom, as you can hear, those are the roars of the crab snakes. I swear, it sounds like as if it could be giant, but it's not. I mean, these things are still big, but my God, the echo of this cave is terrible. But anywho, other than that though, they are the only predators down here. They are quite vicious, so I do recommend that you are careful. And you could find eggs in here if that is your interest, whether or not you collect eggs, or if you want to use them as biofuel, which, way to go, murderer. Anywho, other than that though, you also come across a few other types of fish, one of course being the one and the only different variation of the peeper. These beautiful little creatures, which I personally like. As great as the peeper is, I like these guys. And of course, as I've mentioned before, this place is probably one of the most easiest and probably the very beginning of where you can obtain magnesium, which is a very useful resource for specific types of things. Oh, and I forgot to mention, there are biters, but I mean, come on now, who really is bothered by biters? I'm kidding, people are actually bothered by biters. They're pesky little creatures. Other than that though, if you can tough out the sound of the roaring, the echoes of the roaring of the crab snake, this place has, of course, things that you're gonna need. It has blueprints, it has lore, it has danger if you want that, and resources including power once you get a hold of the thermal plant. Other than that though, that's really about it. And yes, I'm going through a different direction of where we first entered. This place where we entered is actually the southern, if that makes sense. What's it called? Grassy Plateau. The southern Grassy Plateau biome that's closest to the ship, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Never mind, I think it's the farthest one to the ship. Never mind, it's the closest one to the ship. It's literally just right here. Right there is kind of where the the crash zone is, and right down here is the entrance to the thing. Typically, when you follow along this cliff, you'll find the other entrance that I went through. It's just much further that way. I was about to swing as if I was in Minecraft. I just realized that. Wow. Anywho. And that is really about it for the Jellyshroom Cave. It's a very short biome, but it's also a very important biome, of which has great resources and a few useful things there. As long as, of course, you can tough out the ambience of the terrifying roars of the crab snake. Of course, those don't come anywhere near as the other things, such as reapers, ghosts, leviathans, and other stuff, but that's a different story. Anywho, and that is it. Thank you everyone for joining me in this grand adventure of Subnautica. Let's explore. And, well, I hope someone learned something, and I hope you all had at least a decent time. Now I'm all caught up on my words. Oh well, goodbye!